Welcome to Nerds in the Dark. I'm Mikey.
Darnel, how do you?
And today we're here to talk about... Damn. I don't know what's up with my voice right now. We're here to talk about Tomb Raider, the 2018 version, because ain't nobody talking about that shit from 2001.
No, like that.
Yeah. So, Tomb Raider. We saw it over the weekend. It's currently Sunday. Overall, what you think?
Meh. It's an okay action movie, but there's room for a lot of improvement.
Decent parts. You know, we don't hate everything on this channel, but we also don't love everything on this channel. Let me fucking tell you. All right, let's do a quick run through of the plot. What happens? Well, she's an orphan in the city for no reason.
She chooses to become an orphan.
Yeah. She didn't want to become an heiress.
She wanted to make her own way, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but she's broke. Like, really broke.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I had that much pride to just be like, I'm gonna be broke.
Yeah, it's just be like, there's money waiting for me, but I don't want it.
I want to like make my own and just be completely broke.
All this shit about like she was refusing to admit her dad was fucking alive or whatever. Anyway, moving on from there, she decides that she's going to find her dad or find her dad's research, because she found a tape with his stuff on it from 7 years ago that was just like, hey, burn everything. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Let's go ahead and find out where he went. So she tracks him. She tracks down this boat in Japan to take to an island off the coast of Japan. On her way there, everything sucks. She almost gets robbed. She does get robbed. She gets the ship back. She goes out there. The ship crashes, leaving her stranded on the island where there's a bunch of weird people. They capture her. She escapes capture. Everything sucks. She eventually finds her way back to them. She enters the tomb. No supernatural shit happens at all. She fights a bad guy, wins, runs out of the tomb as it's collapsing, and then goes back home, where she then buys guns, because that's a Lara Croft thing, and so they had to fit it in somewhere, right before the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a quick plot rundown. Let's go into the main focus here. Presentation. Darnell?
I didn't like a lot of things, like a lot of minor things I didn't like, because like she's supposed to be like you said, she wanted to make her own way, and like so when she got robbed, it was like if you're somebody who's been living on the streets for like 7 years, you should be some street savvy and picked up that like, hey, these motherfuckers are set in to rob me, completely oblivious. It's like, oh no, I guess I got robbed.
Yeah.
Fuck?
There were some real problems with how they presented Laura in the story. Like, so we were introduced to her like doing some kickboxing, and she loses. So she's not as badass as she's supposed to be, which is fine.
She's just starting out.
If they're drawing inspiration from the game. Then we have, we have her getting robbed. We have like, visually, a lot of great things happen. Like, I love the part with the boat crashes. Everything actually looked, everything looked like a QuickTime event, which I thought was actually like really funny. It was just like QuickTime events everywhere. So that was great, because it felt like you were going through and following like the beats of the game, which was really good as far as presentation goes. And it made everything feel terrible for her, which was another thing I really liked, because that's something that's very big in the game too, is that, she gets hurt a lot, and you see in this movie, she kind of gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
The scene with the plane, and then the falling, and then she actually gets something stuck right through her abdomen, which was actually really dope, because I didn't know if they were going to do that in a movie, if they were going to have her be like that hurt. So it was really like hitting the right points. One of the things I did like was the disease at the end.
Okay.
Because you kind of find out there's no supernatural plot. It's just the the Japanese empress that they were hunting down for her magical power was actually just a carrier of a disease that killed people like really quickly.
Which kind of turned them batshit crazy and then killed them.
Yes. So
which I liked.
I like when they first open her like coffin, like Yeah, it always
How
makes
you
you think that there's gonna be some stuff going on, but like they're staring at her, her eyes are closed, and like you see it's like she's really mummified. And then all of a sudden her eyes cave in. I thought that was like fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she was just a carrier of a disease. So this goes into, I guess, how it compares to the game. Darnell didn't really play the game, but comparing to the game, this is inspired by the game and not based on. So a lot of people might think that going into this movie after watching trailers that this is based on the game. It's inspired by it. You'll see some differences there. The movie takes to get to the part on the island where she sees the beach and all of the crashed ships. That takes about 45 minutes versus about 10 to 15 minutes in game. So there's a lot of pre-setup there. But again, it does follow the game. It does follow parts of the game. They are looking for Himiko. They are on an island. There is weird people there. So that kind of shit, it just it lines up. So problems.
Oh.
There were quite a few that I had with this movie.
Well, we already addressed the whole like not being street savvy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the boss fight. Thought that was really weak.
The fight with Matthias.
Yes, because like my jiu-jitsu instructor told me about fighting, and one of the things was like go for the win, not the move, and she went all for the move and not the win. I'm like, you could have just ended that fight like stupid easily.
Yeah.
And instead, she went for the move and took it way longer than it needed to be, and almost risking killing herself in the process. When she just, oh, hey, I'm gonna kick that out of the way.
Yeah.
And, cool, I win. I'm gonna go home now.
I also think that Matthias himself was like kind of a subpar villain in the way that they set him up. I mean, he was just a guy who wanted to go home. And
exactly, just tired.
He was, 7 years on an island. It's just like, yeah, okay, you start losing a bit of yourself, which is understandable, a little relatable. I don't know if like many of us would be driven to get to that point, but it was weird. One of the big problems I had was introducing the dad to kill him again.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Like, she starts off with a dead dad, but then she finds the dad on the island, and the dad's there, but then he dies. Why? Like, why does that, like, why would you introduce this character to us? How do you make us care about a character that you're going to kill off? Like, doesn't make sense to do that. It doesn't make sense to have that kind of plot point. Would have just been better if she went there with friends, like she did in the game, or if she was doing anything, really worthwhile. Another problem that I had with it was the what's going on?
No, like listen to you.
Oh, dude.
I had a burp caught in my chest.
So I really didn't like the trailer. So the trailer kind of sets you up with a bunch of ideas as to what's going to happen. And one of the things that's in the trailer is her buying the guns from the pawn shop. And if you watch the movie, that doesn't happen until literally right before the credits.
Which is weird because they were in England, and like you can't buy guns in England.
Well, I mean, it was definitely like a hidden thing in the pawn shop.
Yeah,
it was like because she looked back and she was just like, he kind of had that look. He's like, shit, I'm gonna get in trouble right now, But she wanted to buy the guns anyway. So she goes to buy these guns at the fucking end of the movie, which is because like another thing is like I don't like the ending of this movie. No. So bear with me for a second here. They're trying to find this, or at the end of the movie, she runs into Trinity, and Trinity is the organization that was after her dad, and trying to find all these supernatural things. So she ends the movie going to hunt down the organization that helped basically kill her dad. And that's a problem with me because if that organization's entire thing is to find supernatural items or supernatural things, why would you get rid of the supernatural thing in your plot?
Yeah, that just didn't make sense. Especially like, with the supernatural door that they had set up.
Yeah, and it's nice to have an idea where you can take things and take the supernatural ideas and say, okay, here's how it's based in fact and science. And that's fine. But don't do that and have this like clandestine organization that hunts down these things, because it doesn't make sense to do. It's like, oh, like there's no point to have that if these things don't exist. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Fuck this
Like
movie.
the door. That door really annoyed me. I was like, what? That makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah, the door that she had to unlock. They were blowing up everything around it. When she finally unlocks, the door falls down into a bunch of pieces. And why would you even do that? Because the entire thing, there's nothing behind that door. There's no structure around the door. Everything with that door is all the rocks that they blew off in the first place. Like, they could have just exploded all that shit. Fuck this movie.
Yeah.
What's your rating?
I give it a 5. But like a hard 5.
I give it a 6 out of 10. There's a lot of problems with it, but it was really nice to see Laura running around with a bow, even for as short a time as she used it.
Yeah. I'm glad it was free. I might have been more upset if I had paid for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's our time. Next time on Nerds in the Dark.
Hey, this is the end slate. This is the part where I'm supposed to ask you to subscribe, but instead I'm just going to let you watch some videos because I'm not the boss of you. See if you like us, see what happens, who knows?
I'm going to the next spot. I'm going whether you like it or not. I'm traveling.
I'm not done looting. I'm not done.
You're done. You're done.
Damn you.
You're done.
Whatever. Kick all these motherfuckers' asses. Can I ride on this shit?
I want Yoshi. Ah,
Oh, fuck.
motherfucker took my Yoshi.